Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero reaction. I know for those of you who've watched my videos before, I'm looking very unenergetic. That is on purpose. I have to protect my voice a little bit. I have some damage that's starting to form, so I need to give myself probably a few days of rest. So this is just one of those videos. I apologize for that, but I still want to do the videos. I can still talk. It's just a matter of the energy doing damage of the chords themselves, so I need to give them a little bit of time. But either way, I'm going to be doing this video on Puppet on Strings that's requested by Genetic Savior, so I'm going to hear what this has in store for me, and without further ado, let's go! That is a really good start. Oh man. Why did today have to be the day I'm doing voice rest? Woo. That's such a good riff. It's so good already. Like, we just got here and it's already this good. Ooh, the switch up. I love what they're doing with the drums here. That like little... Ooh. Change it again. I was gonna say that little double bit, but they didn't do it again. Here they are with a fat beat. Once again, their favorite thing to do, I swear. Ooh. Okay. Take a break at the club for some reason. Ooh, no. We just saw the club from a distance. Now we in it. This is so good. I mean, what else did I expect, right? Back to the riff. God, the amount of change up in this one. I'm not at all surprised that this is more of like the Geppetto stuff. Not even a little bit. I can't help myself. I gotta move. Like I might be on vocal rest, but I'm not on body rest. Hello. And there's this part again. That like doubling on the snare. It's just such a fun pattern. There's that club fake out again. I love how that just sits right into it. Doesn't sit even, it like falls through the roof into the basement club. God, I love that. That is so fucking banger. Again, what did I expect from Zenless? They always have bangers. Once again, they're back at it with some of the most fun music I've heard in recent memory. Really, I love this sound so much and how much they play around with the genres and everything that they do here. It is an absolute blast to be able to hear these songs and try to figure out what's going on in them. It's just a good time, and that's what makes some of the best music out there the best music out there. So for this one, we have an E minor. They seem to love doing this in their electronic stuff, especially just kind of bouncing between two chords. In this case, we have them kind of bouncing between like an E and an F, which is just kind of similar to what they did with the Vesper one, honestly, but that's also fine because it leaves you with more to do when you want to move somewhere in a certain genre. Like they bring in the metal stuff for sure in this one. Most of the song is metal. They want that flexibility to be able to move freely down or up a scale at will and having some of that playground to work with. But at the same time, with stuff like that more clubby, dancey sort of tone, you don't usually do much of that. You stick on the one note, you just lay on that one chord the whole time, and that's kind of the identity of that genre. Those two sounds are very different, so when you have this sort of an approach to music, you need to be able to have that ready to go at any point. So having just most of the song just bouncing between two chords allows for you to keep things moving, but not too much. It's like moving next door instead of to another state, you know? So when this song like starts breaking down more of that metal stuff, we get a completely different chord progression. So like I said, it's just kind of bouncing between that and like there is, I think, like the standard E in there as well, but this is just E minor and F the whole way through. This whole song being an E minor allows for a little bit of flexibility with how the E fits in there. But when that metal part comes in that moves the song downward a little bit more, we get the D to the C to the B minor to the A minor. And that's just a really good syncing progression. It just kind of lays right into the sound, and it's just like you're stepping downward. Basically, it's literally going from a D to a C to a B to an A. And even though two of those are minors and not major chords, that's what gives it that syncing feeling, because you're moving downward while the tone of the sound also moves downward with you. That's where the minors come into play there. But basically everything else in this song is much more conservative with how they handle their chord progressions. They keep those two very much static, basically all the way through. And like I said, there is a little bit of leeway in there with the E and E minor potential, but that might just be how the synths in here play out, because those do slide around a little bit when they include slides and like scale dips and, you know, these sorts of effects to the synths that make them pitch change. And it's hard to kind of figure out where the chord is actually landing at times for me, especially now because I'm still so new to music theory. So it could very well be a standard E and not an E minor in some of those spots. But like I said, that's kind of a semantic argument more than it is an actual progression one. But I do love ones like, it just feels so good to have that, like, it feels like you're just like sliding down a ramp, you know, just like, oh, and we're here. It's just a really good progression that feels supernatural, and it makes the metal sound, that really heavy, deep swallow of the metal, just, it works with it because it's doing that syncing with the sound of the guitars being much more chuggy and heavy, a lot more in that, like, maybe a little bit more genty even on that side. I mean, it's metal. It definitely has the modern metal approach to how they're handling the progressions, but how they're stepping down feels very much like they're trying to like pull you in that gent direction where everything is just crab-coring the fuck down in the basement. So it's just, it feels so good. And speaking of clubs, I love that clubby sound that they have in there. I did not anticipate them to bring in that deep of a house rhythm into the song, given where the song came from. Having that sort of an evolution is surprising for me, just because, like, I've heard it before, sure, but the way that it started so heavy and then brought you immediately down there, it barely really, like, signified that it was going to be dropping that low into it. I was expecting there to be much more of like I guess an upper kind of progressive house sound that would have been there, and not this sort of like deep house club tone, because they just dropped that in front of you. There was a little bit more of that like prog house sound in the earlier parts, the part that kind of bridges them, and that's where I thought they were going to stay. But no, they were like, you know what we need to do? Let's just go to the fucking club. We just got to get there. It's going to be worth it. Give us our time and we will give you everything you want. And they did. I love it when the composers in Sanzi just get that creative pull to do something weird and go in a weird direction with it. And yes, again, it's stuff that they've done before in this game even. It's just more of how they continue to surprise me with when they implement those sorts of influences and when they start to blend things like this, where I'm like, whoa, what are they doing next? And they always come out of left field. I don't know how they keep finding more left field. I swore I could see the whole ballpark from here, but apparently not. They're just going to keep building to the left, and I'm never going to be able to turn fast enough to see them complete that fucking field. It is so much fun to listen to these songs for reasons like this. Those super fun progressions, those sorts of movements that they keep in their back pockets until they absolutely need them. That's why I love these songs so fucking much, and that's what makes them such a blast to listen to. But I think that's about all I gotta say on this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you like this video, even despite my demeanor being a little bit more reserved this time around. I promise you that's not going to be a permanent thing. I just have to be careful. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my community post I made about it probably yesterday now, so you can see all the details really about why I have to. But if you have another song you want me to get to from Zenless Zone Zero, by all means drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!